Hey, welcome back to another Gundam build. And ever since that, one of my longtime customers has had me make this Labubu, which he saw on TikTok. So I did my own take on it. It's a Labubu with a Exia. People have started to notice, and we have two more here that they want made the same thing. So they sent me two of these things. It's the MAK Labubu robot astronaut thingamahooey. I have no idea what it's called. And they sent me an SD kit, which is basically the RX-72 Gundam. So this one will be a mashup of this one, and then this one will be a mashup of the XEO, which I did with and they saw. So we'll follow along to see how we'll do the conversion and the mashup together. Well, we're gonna start off by taking this thing apart. So there's still some of the plastic here. Let's take that off. Move that. Since I've done this already before, I kind of know my way around it and don't have to really figure out what to do. So this face mask, this shield thing, actually just held in place by glue spot, so you can snap it off like that. And a tool separator, and you can hear it audibly snap and pop. Easy as that. You can set that aside so we can now paint this without this getting in the way. So next up are the arms. This is a ball and socket joint, which you just have to really finesse out of it. There. It's two. And these lower legs are actually held in place by super glue inside. So there you go. I'm gonna mask this entire inside with 3M masking tape, and in this video I finally found something that makes my masking life a lot easier. It's this sucker. I have no idea where I got it. I just found it one day lying around in our living room. I guess the wife ordered it. So, and this is a Motex tape dispenser. I think it's from Korea, and the best part about this sucker is it automatically cuts the tape for you, so you don't have to manually take, tear, cut. So just load the tape this way, it goes under there, rotate it, and it gives you these pre-cut sections right away, like so. I find that this about 1 inch-ish or 1.5 inch length is more than enough for my use, and if I need it to be smaller, I have a handy pair of scissors here, so I just snip it and sew, and I get half the size, and that should be good enough for my needs and your needs as well. So this has cut down my masking work by easily by 50%, since I don't have to manually take it, remove it, cut it, and tear it. So this thing has been a godsend for me. So we can proceed to prime the whole thing, and we'll do a Gundam paint scheme on it. So it's basically blue, red, and white. So we'll be priming this, and these things over here. So we'll prime all of that with Tamiya primer, and we can proceed to paint it. But before we prime the whole thing, we will speed build this sucker first. Because we will be getting both the shield, we'll be getting the V-fin, I'll be probably getting the skirts too in this front part, and then we'll be getting the feet and the backpack as well. Well, these are pretty much the parts that I will be using. Still trying to figure out what goes where, and then I'd like to do something different from what that person I saw did on TikTok. Obviously what she did was kind of basic, and I would like to customize mine a little bit more. So, but first things first, we have to let everybody know that this is Hajime Model Studios, two-time GBWC champion. Now we can continue building. So the thought process is basically, maybe I'll put this here, and that should rest right there. And then the feet will rest on top here like that. I think this is one solid piece. I'm not sure kind of plastic. This is maybe some sort of vinyl, but we'll be cutting this part here, and this one will slot nicely in here over there. Everything will be held together by super glue. First things first, we will put some Tamiya cement on this one. Well, we won't be using this hand, so this is the stock Labubu hand. It cannot hold nothing, cannot hold the gun, cannot hold the beam saber, so we'll be using this Gundam hand in place of it. So that will slot in there, and you can see the hole here is a lot bigger than the ball joint here. Look at it side by side, it is significantly bigger. I think this is about 7mm, this is about 4.5 probably. Let's measure it, make sure. 5 actually, so we need to add 2mm worth of roundness to this thing, and this is a trick that I've done before and show you how to do it. If you want to increase size, or to say make the joint a little bit thicker, take some super glue, get it around, cover the whole thing in a nice film of super glue here like that, and we'll take my trusty iPhone box filled with baking soda and you swirl it inside. So as you can see, we've built it up. It's a bit thicker now, so we'll keep repeating the process until it becomes about 7mm, until it slots it in nice and snug. And the rough surface of this one will actually have a lot of friction with the corresponding joint. So this will also be able to hold the beam saber and maybe something slightly heavier than that in the shield and stuff. In, but still needs a little bit more, so we'll just keep doing it until it becomes nice and snug. Well, we basically did the same thing for the shoulder armor. We made it fatter. Let me get the stock part one, it's hard to see, so there you go, through the baking soda super glue method. And now it fits snugly in the hole. There you go. This one can now be jointed there. We have shoulder armor for our Labubu. Parts primed, so we prime everything in black, flat black to pair with this one, just look at the usual shading paint style for what we usually do on our Gundams. So this is what we're going to be doing. The same thing, and the Labubu itself, if you look at it, has some really bad, horrible weathering. It's really amateur. There's also some slight weathering on the armor itself. Not going to be doing that, but I'm going to make it more like a model picture. So do it for shading the piece. Start in the middle of this, work the outline. So what you want to happen is have a, but what you want to happen is you will want to have a shadow here where right, there we go. So we have a completely shaded part, and I'm gonna hand paint all the little details in the while. So that those two tabs over there, that little square, we're gonna go over it and hand paint it. And it's Labubu. Hallelujah, Labubu Gundam. There you go. Gundam Labubu. So there you go. It's RX-78 Gundam Labubu. Well, as I was putting this video together, as you can see here, I suddenly was messaged by one of my friends that there is this idiot asshole hater, obviously a troll account on the internet, that basically posted this. And I'll translate for those who don't speak Filipino. Hey, this is the new, hey, I copied your work but made it better. Wala, puro yabang talaga pero ang galing kumapit na idea. Well, basically saying that this is nothing, I'm all bluster and so good at copying other people's work. First and foremost, you stupid little ignorant prick, it is not me who wants it copied, it is my customer who wants it copied. And first and foremost, it is not a copy, it did not go through a Xerox machine, it is not a 1:1 copy. And for you who don't know and all of you are ignorant, every single piece of art out in the entire world has been inspired by something else that came before it. It just so happens that some people get more famous for it and then some people don't. I actually took up a few art classes and you know what they had us do? They had actually us copy masterpieces from Van Gogh. That's how you learn. You start by copying. Every single art student in the world started by copying somebody else and then refining it and then finally making their own. So the person who posted this is a real ignorant, envious son of a bitch.